Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about The Little Mermaid, because we need to kind of talk about how The Little Mermaid, before the live action remake was made and until like the 2016, Little Mermaid was a fine movie. 1989 it came out, starring Jodie Benson, and we got one of the most iconic Disney princess characters of all time, and she's like very popular. I know a lot of people pretend like she's not really that popular or something like that, depending on who you are, but she's a very popular character. And her striking red hair makes her stand out among all the Disney princesses. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I think around 2016 is where people start saying how Disney princesses were problematic, especially Ariel from The Little Mermaid, because they said she gave up her voice for a man. Now, the criticism that Ariel was getting are the same people who are now trying to defend the live action remake of The Little Mermaid, which I kind of find it very funny, because it's just like, you guys had a problem with The Little Mermaid for a long time for no reason, and now that the majority of people are having problems with it, you want to try to defend it. Even like the people who used to make posts talking about like how Ariel is not a feminist character because she gave up her voice for a man who does that. Her agency was only because of a man. Everything that she does in the movie is because of a man. And then the man trying to force himself on her. She couldn't speak for herself. She couldn't stand up for herself or anything. And then she needed a big, strong man to save her life. And I'm just like, what the fuck movie are y'all watching? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, y'all didn't even understand the entire thing of the character. Like, let's break down Ariel for a minute. Ariel is 16 in the movie, right? Right. Prince Eric is 18, of course. She's the youngest daughter of King Triton, right? And Queen Athena. Yes, her mother was named Queen Athena, and the reason why Triton is so protective of his youngest daughter is because Ariel looks strikingly like Queen Athena. Out of all their children, Ariel looks the most like Queen Athena. That's why he's very overprotective over her. That's why he didn't want her to fall in love with humans, because music is because that was Queen Athena like that. So if you guys don't know, that's just me going a little bit more in the backstory. But Ariel is also adventurous, rebellion. She's strong, independent, and very willful as well. Like, even after the movie, there was a Little Mermaid TV series, a prequel series, where this is like, I think 2 years before the Little Mermaid movie happened, or it's around that time, because it is a prequel to The Little Mermaid. But Ariel was very adventurous, mischievous as well. She always had a fascination with the human world. Even before she met Eric, she always dreamed about the outside world and doing more. Like, she loves the ocean and stuff like that, but she always had a fascination with the human world. She always had a fascination with humans, and it was time and time again that it was shown. That's why King Triton wanted to keep her away from all of that, because of the death of her mother. But, you know, teenagers are going to teenage, right? So Ariel always had this interest of the world or whatever. People need to understand, because even the original actress Jodie Benson had said that Ariel motivation to become human was really because she wanted to be part of the human world. She enjoyed the human world. She loved the human world. She was so fascinated by it. It's just that Prince Eric was the icing on top. Was like, think about it. Like, you have motivation, and sometimes you just need a little more push to do it. to achieve it or whatever and stuff like that, because she always had to keep her love of the human world secret, even from her sisters, because of everything that happened with their mother, with the humans killing her mom and stuff like that. It's just one of those kind of things where everybody's kind of spooked by, you know, the humans of that time at that time. While I know it seems like she gave up everything for Eric, y'all have to remember, part of your world was literally her I Want song. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what's that word again? Oh, street. You know what I'm saying? Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing. Like, come on now. Like, she's literally telling you, I want to be where people are. But she never mentioned anything about, I want to be where he is. You know what I'm saying? The only thing about it is, like, she was so she's fascinated. She was fascinated by the human world. She had a secret grotto that had all her trinkets from the human world because of how fascinating she was with the human world. It was just after her father destroyed everything that, it was after the event of the storm that destroyed Prince Eric's ship, and then she went to save him, and she kind of fell in love with this man, which of course we're still in the age of fairy tale where you fall in love with the first person you see. And let's not be coy about it. Teenage girls and boys do fall in love quicker when they're younger than as we get a little bit older and we get a little bit more docile with, we can't just fall in love with the first person ever. But it's a fairy tale story. Now, a lot of people want to be like, well, she met this man and then she got to fall in love with him and stuff like that. Now, before we get into that and break that down, is the reason why that has to happen is because her father, King Triton, destroyed her treasure, the one thing that she kind of wanted to keep, share with her father, because that was part of her world. Like, she always said that her daddy never understood her, and they were saying, and maybe if she shared the grotto or whatever and stuff like that, maybe she would, you know what I'm saying? But that didn't work because he forbid it after, especially once she saw the statue of Prince Eric, and Ariel, kind of said, "Daddy, I love him," and stuff like that. He was like, "Man, Ariel, you gonna listen to me one way or the other, and if I gotta do what I gotta do, then so be it." You know what I'm saying? So when he destroyed her grotto, it was over. It was over. It was that kind of motivation that kind of pushed her to visit the Sea Witch. Once the Jensen and Flintzel offered her, hey, like, the Sea Witch can help you be part of that world and be with Prince Eric if that's really what you want. She went to it because her father had pushed her so much that after trying to keep her secret, after her secret was, after her treasures and her secret was exposed and the king still didn't approve of it, it's kind of one of those, when you're a parent that overprotects their children, push their children, what happens? The child usually go another way. So it makes sense that she would be rational enough to make a deal with the Sea Witch and stuff like that. Now, she really wanted to be part of the world and stuff like that. And yes, I know, after she saved Eric, she kind of did a reprise of Part of Your World, where it says, I don't know where, I don't know how, but I know something starting right now. Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your world. That's because she was starting to feel things. She was starting to change. So, of course, with everything being destroyed, she goes to Ursula. Ursula makes a deal, and she was like, hey, you got 3 days to make this man fall in love if you really want to become human. So it was more of an incentive. Like, yes, she loves Prince Eric, but in order for her to stay human, she got to get Prince Eric to kiss her. But she can't do it without her voice, which Ariel's like, well, hold on, how am I going to be able to make somebody fall in love with me with 3 days? Even though, yes, even though I am in love with Prince Eric, how can I get him to fall in love with me and stuff like that? So Ursula kind of pushed it on where she has to get this kiss from Prince Eric in order for her to still become human. Which after she agrees, and in the poor unfortunate soul, she sung her voice away. She gets on land. She starts being cordial with Prince Eric. Prince Eric actually thought it was her at first because he was mesmerized by Ariel too. He was in love with her too, but then when he realized that she couldn't speak, you know what I'm saying? And he's such a nice guy. He's introverted. He's not going to take advantage of Ariel. So I don't know why people think that Prince Eric was taking advantage of her this whole time, because he wasn't. You know, he treated her nicely. He made her a guest at his castle, fed her, clothed her, let her visit the town and stuff like that. They had such a fun time. And then of course the kiss the girl thing happened, which, you know, if you can look at it, it's Ariel that wants the goddamn kiss. She is trying to get this man to fall in love with her, kiss her and everything. Like, she is trying her darnest and stuff like that, because she really wants to be human, because she traded off her voice for legs so she can be part of this world, which she is in love with the world itself. But she also remembers that if she doesn't, she's gonna return to a mermaid if she doesn't get Prince Eric to kiss her. So it's one of those kind of things like, oh shit, you know? So once we go through all of that, and that happens, you know, after Ursula cheats, of course, you know, because let's be honest, Ursula cheated. Okay, what nobody say, Ursula definitely cheated, you know? And then, of course, she used a spell to make herself human and use Ariel's voice to hypnotize Prince Eric, because Prince Eric was really looking into Ariel after, you know, after his butler, I forgot the man's name, was like, hey, I understand that you fell in love with this girl that had a beautiful singing voice, but I don't know, you know, you quite taken by the new mysterious girl right here, and maybe you should try to let that rest while you have a beautiful girl right here who's interested in you. Yes, she can't speak, but you're interested in her and she's interested in you. It's a match made in heaven. And he was going to go and talk to her after he found out her name was Ariel. And that's when Ursula pulled that little trick where she disguised herself as Vanessa and got a wedding arranged the next day. So, and then of course, the wedding happening. Ariel and her friends decided to found out that Vanessa is Ursula, and they all decided they're gonna fight and stop her, because, you know, part of the deal was to get Prince Eric to fall in love with her. But then all of a sudden, here come Ursula, you know, sneaking up and, you know, messing up everything for Ariel. You know what I'm saying? So you have this whole entire thing. You have Ariel fighting off. You have Ariel's friends fighting Vanessa and stuff like that. Once the core shell is broken, Ariel's voice returns to her, and then Prince Eric snaps out of the thing, and he was like, Ariel, it was you, it was always you. And she was like, Eric, I tried so much to tell you and stuff like that. And before he got a chance to kiss, she turned back into a mermaid. Ursula kidnapped her. King Triton figured out what was going on with his daughter and stuff like that, because of course she's been naive. And because he had pushed her away, she signed a magic contract that can't be broken unless King Triton gives up for his daughter. So he gave up the power for his daughter, and Ursula becomes kind of like the queen of the sea or whatever and stuff like that. And Eric was like, I gotta go after her because I'm not gonna lose her again, because she's because that's the person I fell in love with, and she was right here behind my back the whole time. I mean, right in front of me the whole time, which makes things kind of crazy when Ursula still wants to kind of like kidnap, you know what I'm saying? Wants to still like keep Ariel hostage. She's like, hell no. I mean, because Ursula is a cheater. You know how that goes. And they kind of fight a little bit because Eric comes trying to come to save Ariel, and Ariel was like, "No, Eric, you gotta go," and stuff like that. And then Ursula trying to kill Eric. Ariel steps up and was like, "Hell no, bitch, you ain't not about to hit my man." And then accidentally pushed her where she kills Flotsam and Jetson and stuff like that. And then she was able to get away from him and stuff like that. I mean, away from Ursula. So Ursula gets mad because her poopsies gets destroyed, and now she's want to kill both of them, and she grows to this giant big thing or whatever. And because Ariel is the one who sort of killed Flotsam and Jensen, she's like, okay, little sweet cheeks, I was gonna just let you, I was bargaining you for your father, but now I'm about to kill you because you killed my boopsies. So she split them both up from each other, and she throws Ariel into a whirlpool because she wants to kill Ariel. Now she's not even thinking about Eric at this moment. Eric was like, okay, I gotta save her because I love her and stuff like that. So Eric, because he's a sailor as well, gets on the ship, stir the ship towards Ariel. I mean, towards Ursula, while Ursula's so focused on trying to kill Ariel. Eric is coming over there with the ship, and he kills her as almost where, because no because mermaids can't really do much outside of water, you know what I'm saying? So that's why she created a whirlpool with no water, so Ariel can't get to it, because Ariel could swim away or whatever, but she can't swim away because there's no water. So Eric swims the ship into Ursula, killing her. And then Ursula teased him so much for true love. And it's just like, once Eric killed her, it proves to not only Ursula, it proves to King Triton that humans aren't so bad as he made it seem, just because of the incident that happened back in the past. Humans have changed now, and if a mermaid and a human can be together, then there's hope for everyone. So of course, after everything happened and the battle ended, King Triton was like, so she really does love him. And Sebastian's like, yeah, and he loves her as well. And he was like, I can't believe a human, saved everyone. But he's gonna miss his daughter, but he understands that she is going to have to grow without him. I mean, she's gonna grow up and stuff like that. And then on top of that, remember, again, this fairy tale age, usually the women are given away. I mean, especially princesses are usually betrothed, either before they were born or during the time they were born. And usually the age of marriage for girls back in the day were 13. So her being 16 and him being 18 ain't really much of a stretch, because everybody was like, and then they jumped to a wedding. Yes, because we don't have enough time to see the planning of the wedding or stuff like that. It's just like, oh, now they finally get to be together, and now Atlantis is connected. Now, a lot of y'all people who want to criticize The Little Mermaid now all of a sudden want to try to defend it because of the whole black race swap nonsense. But it's just like, nah, keep that same energy of when you said the movie was problematic. Why are you cheering on Disney for creating remaking a problematic movie? Like most of these female celebrities, anytime you talk about Disney princesses, all of those quote unquote feminists just forget about how these Disney princesses had their own agency, had their own thing. They're very feminine. I don't know what makes you think that, you're a princess that don't need no man kind of nonsense. Like, what little girl wants to grow up and be like, I don't need no man, I'm strong, independent? No, she can still be strong, independent character, but still she can have a man can still save the day and stuff like that, and vice versa. They both saved each other. Ariel saved him in the beginning, and he saved her at the end. Like, there's nothing wrong with the prince saving the gay and them getting married. It doesn't make logical sense, but it's just kind of funny how even after explaining this movie, you still got people that are happy that Disney is now making changes too, because they're making changes with a lot of the lyrical songs, because they don't want anything to interfere with their modern audience, because the movie is made for a modern audience. And I just think it's kind of dumb to make this movie for a modern audience when the modern audience don't even understand the original movie. So you got Ariel trying to save Prince Eric now. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? They don't get married. Prince Eric is adopted. She don't remember why she gave away her legs or anything. So I mean, it just doesn't make logical sense. If the whole point of them trying to say that both Eric and Ariel are soulmates and stuff like that, and they don't have to be enemies, then you need to kind of show that. But now that, but when the original movie did show that they can be together and in harmony or whatever, y'all are like, nah, that's just problematic. We need to change it. So they're changing it, and now people don't like the changes for the modern audience. Now everybody want to be like, the people that were just criticizing the 1989 movie for being problematic are now coming to its defense and saying how amazing the 2023 live action movie is, because it's way better than the animated movie. Like, you done lost your mind. You lost your everlasting mind. No, it's ugly as hell, CGI born, race swaps and everything. It's just it's nonsensical, but I just kind of find it very hypocritical. So I just kind of wanted to make that little rant. This really isn't really much going anywhere, but I just kind of wanted to make that rant right quick. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.